This is what we're looking at so far. So this will sit right here, roughly. So I have an issue of the starter motor is hitting the tower here on the other side. I'm bringing it around. That's going to be problem number one to tackle. So that's why I bought the aluminum spacers. So I'm going to have to unbolt this. I'm going to space it out just a tad, and then we're going to equal it on the other side. And then we may have to make, I already had to make custom spacers for the top of the shocks. We may just have to trim those down a bit. So it still probably will fit and work the way I need it to. But that's where we're at right now. We need to get that down lower. You can see it's not even resting on the bottom. So I'm not sure if I'm going to take that aluminum plate out or that plastic plate out and replace it with just a metal, or if I'm going to be able to leave it in and put the plate on top and through bolt it through the frame. I'm not completely sure yet. So let's get some ideas rolling. Let me play with some things and then we'll get back on. Alright, and we're back, guys. So this is what I came up with so far. We got her in, mounted. So run you underneath here. I did was took that aluminum plate and I cut it out with a Dremel. And then I through bolted it through the bottom of the C-channel frame there. And then I drilled holes straight in the bottom. And mocked it up with the body to put it as far forward as possible, so it actually sits inside of the C-channel, which is pretty cool. And I mean, we got it's tight, but we got clearance here, and it's tight, but we got clearance there. So far, that is it, and it's in. Next, shock towers. We got to make a little bit of a spacer here. I'm gonna put the shock tower just gonna be on a tiny bit of an angle. I'm gonna make some standoffs here to bring that out just a tad, so it can clear, and probably we'll have to bend it just a little bit
So that's next up. Let's make these standoffs, get the shock towers on, and then start reassembling the axle and see where we're at with the axle fitment. I did remove this center brace. So now to attach these, I'll take the motor back off. It's going to be nut and bolted. There'll be a nut on the inside there. So we'll pop the motor back off for that, and oh look, it's magnetic. Boop. So yeah, that's the gap there that you would need normally. So I have to look at the track width along with the height of my bigger shocks and see how that's going to work. And if it's possible, like I said. If not, I'll make the spacer a little shorter, and then I'll put just a little bend in this bracket to kick the shock out. I may have to like do a Z bend. I may have to like bend it out here and then bend the top back in to kind of almost like wrap around the starter. If it doesn't work and I don't like it, we'll have to make something custom. I hope not, because that's about as far over as I can get the motor. As you see the flywheel there without notching the frame, and now we're getting the motor too far to the right, which is something I definitely don't want to do. I want to try to keep it as centered as possible. So, alrighty, let's get back to it. Alright, and we're back after a few hours of finagling. The motor is in, lined up in place, and the shock towers are spaced out. So now we clear the starter motor over here. We have no track bar in. We're actually going to delete the track bar, go 4-link with an axle mounted servo. I don't have that in yet. I'm also out of nuts, so it'll only rest on the one side. Will not rest over here, but I'm going to give you guys an idea how it'll fit. This thing is heavy. I'm going to have to put in the stiffer springs for sure. But that's all the time we have for today. Wow, that was a lot of work just getting this motor in. So I hope you guys like this build. Hope you appreciate it. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, any suggestions, or just to say, hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Leave a comment, and if you liked it, please subscribe. See you on the next time.